Have you ever wondered why, in the quietest moments of your life, your chest feels heavy, as if something inside you is trying to be remembered? Not pain, not sadness, something deeper, something older than your body, older even than the world that surrounds you. There is a weight the soul carries, a weight that does not crush, but calls a heaviness that feels like a whisper pressed against your heart, urging you to pause, to listen, to turn inward. And perhaps, to notice the light you have forgotten. Ibn Arabi once hinted that when a human being feels this mysterious pull toward the unseen, it is not a sign of weakness, nor confusion, nor spiritual failure. It is the soul remembering its origin. It is the heart touching the edge of a truth it once knew before entering this world. He said that within every human being, Allah placed a secret, a Sirr, a hidden point of divine awareness, subtle as breath, luminous as dawn before it breaks. This secret is the source of your real strength, the root of your intuition, the spark behind your longing. It is the place inside you that never leaves Allah, even when your mind forgets, even when your life becomes heavy, even when your prayers feel empty, and maybe you felt it in those moments when you were tired of pretending to be strong, when the world dimmed around you, when you sat alone and something inside whispered, "There is more to you than this." The saints say that this whisper is not imagination, it is awakening. It is the hidden light stretching, like a locked door quietly trembling because someone on the other side is knocking. That heaviness you feel is not a burden. It is an invitation to return to the secret Allah placed inside you, the part of you that is not afraid, not broken, not lost, the part of you that still shines. So take a breath. Let this moment settle on you like soft light. Let your heart open just a little. Because the journey you're about to take is not toward something outside. It is a journey inward, toward the forgotten power Allah hid within you. The heaviness in your heart is not sorrow. It is the hidden light inside you trying to wake up. Ibn Arabi taught that the human being is not merely a creature moving through time. You are a living mirror, reflecting the names of Allah in ways even the angels cannot. But mirrors do not always shine. Sometimes they blur, sometimes they dim, and sometimes they forget they were ever made for light. The moments you feel most empty are often the moments when you are closest to the real. The times you feel weakest are often when divine strength is closest to the surface. In Sufi language, this is the secret of fana, the disappearance of the illusions of the self, so the truth of your spirit can be seen again. How can losing yourself be the beginning of finding your power? How can a broken heart be the doorway to divine intimacy? How can confusion be a sign of awakening? But Ibn Arabi said, "There is nothing that appears in the human being except what Allah has placed within him. Even your longing, your searching, your ache. It is not yours alone. It is the echo of a divine calling placed inside you before you were born. Every veil you encounter has purpose. Every moment you feel spiritually blind is actually preparing your inner sight. Every time your plans collapse, a greater wisdom is rearranging your path beneath the surface of what you can see." When Ibn Arabi speaks of veils, he is talking about those moments when life confuses you, when you cannot understand why things are happening the way they are. Those moments are not punishment, they are guidance in disguise. And when he speaks of the heart as a mirror, he means that your true strength does not come from effort or ego, but from clearing the dust that keeps you from seeing the divine light already shining within you. So if you feel lost right now, pause. Something inside you is shifting. The light you carry is trying to reach the surface. What you call weakness may be the very doorway through which Allah lets His strength enter your life. And now, before we go deeper, let me ask you something softly, not to your mind, but to the quiet place behind it. What if everything you've been searching for has already been placed inside you, waiting for the moment you finally turn toward it? Because hidden in Ibn Arabi's writings is a truth so subtle, so intimate, that most people pass it by without noticing. Your longing is not a weakness. It is a sign that the secret within you is waking up. He said that the heart never aches without purpose. A spiritual pull is never random, and the feeling of being on the edge of something you can't explain is the soul sensing the nearness of its own unveiling. This is why your restlessness matters. This is why your questioning matters. This is why your quiet pain matters. It is all part of the unfolding. It is all part of the remembering. But here's the moment where I want you to lean in just a little more, not with effort, but with presence. Stay with me until the end, because what Ibn Arabi revealed about the hidden power inside you may change the way you understand every trial you've ever faced, not because it's dramatic, not because it's mysterious, but because it is deeply, profoundly human. We often think secrets are locked behind rituals or knowledge or years of spiritual striving. Yet the Sufis say the greatest secret Allah placed in you is awakened not through complexity, but through sincerity. A single breath taken with awareness can open a door the mind has tried to break down for years. A single moment of silence can reveal what thousands of words could not. A single tear, if it comes from truth, can wash the dust off the mirror of your heart. The secret inside you is closer than you think, closer than your own breath, closer than your own thoughts, closer than your own heartbeat. All you must do is stay a little longer, listen a little deeper. Allow the inner door to open at its own pace. The revelation you're seeking is already moving toward you. All you need is the courage to remain present as it arrives. Imagine this. It is late at night. The world is quiet, the kind of quiet that feels almost unreal, as if sound itself is sleeping. You are sitting alone in a small room, and in front of you is a single candle. Its flame trembles with every breath you take, swaying gently, never fully still. The room is dim, but not dark, just soft enough that the shadows seem to breathe with you. At first glance, the candle seems ordinary. A small flame, a fragile light, something that could fade with the slightest wind. But sit with it long enough, and something begins to change. You notice how the flame dances even when the air is still. You notice how, despite its size, it pushes back an entire room of darkness without fear. You notice that it does not compete with the shadows. It simply exists, and by existing, it transforms everything around it. Now, imagine that the candle is you. Imagine that its flame is the hidden light Allah placed within your heart, the Sirr, the secret spark that no storm can erase. Imagine that every tremble of the flame is the trembling of your own soul when life becomes heavy. From the outside, you may look fragile. You may feel small. You may think your light is too weak to matter. But look again. A single flame can light another and another and another, until an entire darkness becomes a horizon of living fire. The candle does not burn loudly. It does not try to prove anything. Its strength lies in its quietness, in the simple act of being what it was created to be. You may not feel strong, you may not feel powerful, but the divine light inside you does not need to feel powerful to change the world around you. It only needs to be allowed to shine. And just like the candle, your light is not meant to fight the darkness, it is meant to reveal what the darkness cannot hide. So when you feel small, remember, a tiny flame can guide a lost traveler home. The hidden power within you is not in how brightly you shine, but in the quiet truth that your light was never meant to go out. Now, let's go deeper. Think again of that candle, small, quiet, steady. It shines not because it is trying, but because it holds a flame that was placed within it. In the same way, Ibn Arabi taught that every human being carries an inner light that reflects the names of Allah, not in a symbolic way, but in a real, living way. He said the human heart is like a mirror. When it is clear, it reflects divine qualities with breathtaking accuracy: mercy, patience, gentleness, strength, wisdom, compassion, not perfectly, but beautifully, not completely, but meaningfully. This is why a single act of kindness feels different from everything else. It is why forgiveness feels like a sunrise inside your chest. It is why the heart softens when it tells the truth. These moments are not random. They are glimpses of the divine qualities that your soul was created to mirror. And Allah hints at this in the Quran when He tells us that His signs exist within the horizons and within yourselves. If you want to understand who you are, you do not always need to look outward. Sometimes you only need to look at the qualities that rise inside you when you are sincere, when you are quiet, when you are close to Him, but mirrors do not always shine. Sometimes life covers them with dust, disappointment, shame, heartbreak, confusion. Not because you are failing, but because you are human. Every time you choose compassion over anger, the name Al-Rahman is moving through you. Every time you choose patience in hardship, the name As-Sabr is unfolding inside you. Every time you rise after falling, the name Al-Qawi is strengthening your spirit. These are not small moments. They are the signs of a mirror returning to clarity. Your true power is not something you build. It is something you remember. It appears whenever you act from the deepest place within you, the place untouched by fear. So today, notice your reactions. Notice the qualities that quietly rise in you during difficulty. They are not accidents. They are reflections. Inside you is a mirror, and when the dust clears, what it reflects is the light Allah breathed into you. From here, let us move inward, toward the most intimate part of Ibn Arabi's teaching, the Sirr, the hidden light Allah placed within you before you ever took your first breath. The Sirr is not loud. It does not shout. It does not arrive like lightning or thunder. It is subtle, like the soft glow beneath the horizon before dawn breaks. It is the quiet, knowing that appears when words fall away, when thoughts loosen, when your heart is tired of pretending and finally settles into truth. The Sufis say the Sirr is the spark that remembers. Even when your mind forgets your purpose, even when your faith feels thin, even when life clouds your vision, the Sirr does not forget. It keeps a small flame alive deep within you, waiting for the moment you pause long enough to feel it. Sometimes it appears as a restlessness, sometimes as a sudden clarity, sometimes as the urge to pray after weeks of spiritual numbness, and sometimes it appears as a tear you didn't expect, dropping at the perfect moment, a tear that says, "I'm still here, your heart is still alive." But awakening the Sirr requires one thing: presence, not perfection, not endless rituals, not spiritual effort that exhausts you. Just presence, the willingness to return to yourself for a moment without fear. Just as dawn needs silence before it breaks, your inner light needs stillness before it reveals itself. Noise covers it. Constant movement smothers it. But in the quiet, even a quiet that comes through pain, the secret begins to glow. Have you noticed how silence changes its meaning as you grow? At first, it feels empty. Then, it feels peaceful. Then, it feels like a doorway. Your deepest power awakens not when you force yourself to be strong, but when you create a little space within yourself to feel what Allah already placed there. Tonight, before you sleep, give yourself just one slow breath where you pay attention, truly pay attention to what moves inside your chest. That small awareness is a spark, and every spark has the potential to become a sunrise. Your hidden light awakens through presence and stillness, not effort. When you become quiet, your soul begins to speak. Now, let's enter one of the most transformative truths in Ibn Arabi's teachings, a truth that explains every hardship you've carried and every ease that followed, the rhythm of contraction and expansion. In Arabic, qabd and bast. He taught that the soul moves like breath. It tightens, it softens, it closes, it opens. Not as punishment, but as a divine rhythm guiding you toward maturity, clarity, and inner strength. There are moments when life suddenly contracts around you. A plan collapses, a relationship fractures, a prayer feels unanswered, a silence fills your chest like a heavy stone. In those moments, everything feels small. Your vision narrows. Your world becomes tight. This is qabd, the moment of contraction. But Ibn Arabi said contraction is not the absence of Allah. It is His nearness, so near that the soul trembles under the intensity of being reshaped. And the Quran echoes this truth when it reminds us, with hardship comes ease. Not after hardship, but with it, inside it, woven into it like light hidden inside a flame. Because expansion is coming. Always. Just as every exhale follows an inhale, every opening follows a closing. But the timing belongs to the one who knows your heart better than you do. You may not see it yet, but contraction is the soil where your inner light grows. It is the pressure that forces the seed to split so the sprout can reach the surface. It is the emptiness that makes space for what is meant to arrive. It is the dark night that prepares the beauty of dawn. When things fall apart, it is not the end of your story. It is a clearing, a practical reflection. So when a door closes in your life, pause before calling it rejection. It may be protection, it may be redirection, it may be the real rearranging your path so the hidden power inside you can finally rise. You are not being pushed down, you are being shaped. You are not losing your way, you are being refined. Your soul is not shrinking, it is preparing to expand beyond what you thought was possible. Every contraction in your life carries the seed of expansion. What feels like breaking is often the beginning of becoming. And now, let everything we've explored begin to settle inside you, not as ideas, but as something you can feel. Because the hidden power Allah placed within you is not awakened by thought alone. It awakens through presence, through remembrance, through the gentle way you return to yourself when life becomes overwhelming. Ibn Arabi said that the human being carries something extraordinary, the breath of the real, not symbolically, not metaphorically, but truly, a divine breath that animates your spirit, shapes your intuition, and calls you back whenever you drift too far from who you are. Think about your breath for a moment. Every inhale is a receiving. Every exhale is a surrender. This rhythm is not random. It is a reflection of how your soul was designed to live. Inhale, receive strength, clarity, nearness. Exhale, release fear, heaviness, resistance. Just as Allah brings the heart close and then eases it, your breath follows the same divine pattern, expansion and contraction, hope and patience, taking in and letting go. This is the rhythm your inner power follows. But here is the truth many forget. Your spiritual strength is activated not in the grand moments, but in the quiet ones, when you pause instead of reacting, when you forgive instead of holding on, when you choose honesty even though it scares you, when you whisper, Ya Allah, with sincerity, even if your voice is trembling. These moments shift your entire being. Every small act of remembrance feeds the hidden light inside you. Every sincere breath is a bridge back to Allah. Every moment of awareness strengthens the inner mirror that reflects His names. A practical reflection. The next time you feel anxious or overwhelmed, place your hand on your chest and take one slow breath, just one, with the intention of returning to the real feel, how your heart softens, even if only slightly. Feel how the noise fades for a moment. This is your inner power responding. This is your Sirr waking up. You are not empty. You are not weak. You carry the breath of the one who created strength itself. Your hidden power awakens through remembrance. Every mindful breath reconnects you with the divine light already living within you. And now, we return to where we began. That quiet heaviness in your chest, that subtle ache you could never explain, that feeling that something inside you was calling, whispering, waiting. You understand it differently now. It was never sadness, it was never weakness, it was never a sign that you were lost. It was the hidden power Allah placed inside you, knocking from within, asking to be remembered, asking to be allowed to breathe again. Ibn Arabi said that the human being is a universe contained in a single form, a mirror polished by hardship, a heart expanded by remembrance, a soul strengthened not by perfection, but by sincerity. And if you look closely at your own journey, you'll see it. Every contraction softened you. Every moment of silence deepened you. Every tear washed a little dust off the mirror of your heart. Every small act of truth or mercy or patience awakened something ancient inside you. You are not who you were when this journey began. Something in you is clearer now, not louder, not brighter, not dramatic, just clearer. And clarity is its own kind of light. So here, at the end of this reflection, let me offer you something simple, something human, something soft. When life tightens around you, place your hand on your heart and remind yourself, the real is with me. The real is within me. When fear rises, breathe gently and say, this breath is a gift from the one who never abandons. When you feel weak, whisper, strength is already planted in me. Let it unfold in its own time, because the secret you've been searching for does not live in books or speeches or distant places. It lives in your chest. It moves with your breath. It awakens in your sincerity. You carry a divine trust, a spark that was never meant to fade. May your heart recognize it. May your steps be guided by it. May your nights be softened by it. May your days be illuminated through it. And may the hidden power Allah placed inside you carry you gently through every turning of your life. You walk this path with us, the circle of remembrance continues. These are only reflections. May I be mistaken, and may truth find you exactly where you are. The secret was never lost. It was living quietly inside you, waiting for your return.